He has so much enthusiasm for the littlest things, you know, in life. Just like a kid, like he was experiencing everything always for the first time.
Whenever he'd greet you, it was like he hadn't seen you for years. So he was so enthusiastic. This big hello.
When Rusty was killed, I got a call about 4 minutes after he fell. I've seen pictures of what the site looked like at the time of the accident. And in my experience, there was numerous, hundreds of safety violations that I could see on a few pictures.
I decided I should go back to work, and I took the first job available. I was very low on the out-of-work list, and I had my choice. I could have worked anywhere, but I just took the first one available. I wanted to go into city center. That was the first job that came up.
Why did you want to go to city center?
My son died there. This has taken my mind off. To me, this is therapy. To be over back with my American buddies, I wanted to observe for myself their safety orientation. I wanted to observe for myself their working conditions, the craziness over there. It's hard. It's hard to put your finger on any one thing and say it's this or that. It's just a massive project. Hurry up. Get more done. Cost less. Make more money.
We have potentially either underway or starting up in the next year $32 billion in construction on the Las Vegas Strip. Now, that's not just the city center, that's the Echelon, it's the Piazza, that's, I can go on and on. One project after another following the Las Vegas Strip. $32 billion. The city center is only a small part of that. Should we not do those projects because there may be a couple of accidents? Should we slow it down and only do $1 billion in construction a year on the Strip? Is that what? If you take it out to your logical conclusion, that's what you're talking about.
Basically, what they're trying to do is get it all done in a certain amount of time. Just rushing. When all you can do is take your time. I wouldn't work fast. I'd rather work safe. You know what I'm saying? If I'm slow working safe, that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah. Of course, people are gonna tell me to work fast.
Yeah, so the best.
But I'd rather work safe because I want to be able to go home to my family.
I think OSHA is generally interested in getting the hazards corrected. That's their main goal. And so in many cases they will be willing to settle out penalties or reduce the penalties and reduce the characterization of the violation in order to get abatement. But what that does, at the end of the day, it means that the enforcement action is pretty minimal, and it doesn't do anything to then send a message to that employer or other employers that there are serious consequences for serious violations of the law. And that's the problem of the weak settlements and the weak final actions with respect to enforcement against serious hazards and in fatality cases.
What is the motivation to change anything and make it safer if they're never paying a penalty for it? And when this happened, we believed in the system, and we believed that the system worked. The people that were responsible for causing this unsafe environment would be, held accountable. And they weren't, and it just compounded our grief because,
the injustice. Mm-hmm. They didn't pay a dime.
Yeah. So there's no change that's going to happen as long as that continues to go on, and it's not right. You believe that OSHA's there to represent and protect the worker. So if they're always letting the companies off the hook, they're not protecting anybody but the company. So it's just not right. It's not the way it should be.